don't know. Is that...
There was an opportunity there to make him seed 102. there was a beautiful opportunity right there. I can see fucking Zanatti in the crowd. Look at that dumb face on the right-hand side. He had the opportunity to make James 102 seed 102 and didn't do it.
Yeah, that's poor. That's poor. It's like the region clashes. Well, region clashes are one thing, but James 102 is 102 seed.
Yeah, 102 seed. That's comedy.
Yeah, that is. I know comedy. That's comedy.
Trust me.
All right, here we go. So yeah, this is. I guess it's gonna be Ireland versus. I'm gonna call. I was gonna say London. We'll say Croydon. It's Fort Croydon. So Ireland, Croydon. As we said, James 102 should be experienced. Lynx, there are Roys. Sandwich comes to mind. But James 102 definitely on the up and up. A player that I think is like putting Ireland, one of the players who's putting Ireland on the map. Ireland, let's be real, maybe a couple of years ago, a bit of a meme. Now they've got killers. Like they've got a lot of really strong players.
Yeah, you know, particularly players like Wombat who really sort of put the country on the map. And even today, I believe Aggro, the Incineroar, making it out of winner side as well. So, you know, Ireland already beginning to show up. And James 102, of course, is going to want to be in that pantheon of, you know, the winners of Saturday, so to speak. But, of course, it's going to be Lynx trying to stand in his way. And I'm already seeing a lot of panicky defensive options from Lynx. And that is something that a good Roy is really going to try and exploit. You know, keep all of those air dodges ticking in the back and then wait for that F smash. We're not going to F smash you at 120. I'm F smashing you at 60 just when it counts.
Just when it's unfair. Just when you can start tweeting about this, saying this is nonsense. Now, speaking of F smash, Lynx able to get the spot dodge out. Keeping them alive, but yeah, it was a pretty good start here for Lynx. Managed to even it up there from James's side. Maybe swinging a little bit for the kill now. A few F smashes. Yeah, it's the classic Sonic thing. It's like, I might just want to kill you now.
I think that's the thing, is that I think this far into the meta, you kind of treat Sonic as this ultra defensive character, right? You're always staying outside of that range where, you know, you can't react to spin dash. And Roy being so fast on the ground as well, that Lynx being very preemptive with these forward smashes in particular, but also a couple of other options. It means that James 102 has already got that thing in mind of, I've got to wait and react. And then, you know, sees the sort of punch winding up and it's like, oh, that's nice. I can get a lovely little punish there.
Nope. Nope. Spot dodge. Help. Save me. Okay, fine. There we go. Yeah, I thought Lynx would be struggling to get the kill a little bit there. Able to clutch it up with that spin into the forward air. Yeah, I think, as we were saying, like, I think this could be a tournament where I think players like of this seed, of this level, it's like these guys both have the chance to like have like a really good tournament run.
Yes.
And it starts here.
Wow, I love that attempt from Lynx. However, not quite getting the sweet spot. And great awareness from James to be ready to tech that as well. Just again, there we go. The tweet's coming out.
The tweet's coming out.
I'm seeing that.
This is nonsense. Oh god.
x.com/SonicLynx. See it. It's right there. Let me tell you, there's going to be a tweet a little bit later on, and that's a pretty devastating percent to lose your stock at as well. You know, 80-something after the hit. It just goes to show, again, when you've got that lockdown on some of these defensive habits, the punishes that you can get as Roy, that 1-4 smash is just so devastating.
And we were saying that might be the matchup experience coming in for James 102. Had positioned himself perfectly there to dodge the kind of aggression from the ledge, and was just waiting there with an F smash. And building on the lead slightly, but let's see if Lynx can end this stock a bit easier than the last one.
Yeah, we can see just the low profiling there from the forward tilt, getting rid of that attempt to the sort of the drop down back hit of the up air and just getting that little bit of a punish, and the reel back as well. Sonic just sort of contorting out of Roy's range and just being able to sock him in the mouth to be able to get that first stock. And again, we've seen some nice little conversions from Lynx, particularly at those early percents. So this definitely, it's not out of the woods just yet. However, you get sort of in that wrong range. If you miss space slightly, you end up in Roy's loving arms. He's sending you straight to the blast zone. However, things are looking a little bit dicey here, Mo.
Yeah, I've got to say, I think Lynx is starting to build a fight here. I think as much as the S smashes are coming out, as you're saying, the hurtbox shift from that is kind of crazy, but I think James feels like he has a little bit of a habit, or a recognition on Lynx's habits defensively. There we go, yeah, drifting in, that beautiful nair back air. That's old school, that's classic. That's an ultimate classic. No electric with quad fist, just jab, back air.
Beautiful. Classic. Taylor's all the time. Gotta do it, gotta do it. But yeah, certainly it feels like James has got that experience again, maybe from Pelly, maybe from other players. Yeah. I feel like if you're competing, certainly in this meta, I feel like Sonic is one of those characters which you really need to have a grasp on how to fight, because of how many Sonics there are and how good they're all getting as well. You know, from like right at the top of the worldwide scene to the top of the UK to across the continent, you know, you need to be able to fight the blasted hedgehog And, you know, that aggression that Lynx is showing, I feel like has been beaten out of a lot of Sonics. I feel like those that are like, I like Sonic, but I'm going to play aggressively, you know, have either quit the game or decided actually I need to camp. That is my strongest win condition. And I wonder whether that is something that Lynx may end up resorting to, or whether we are just going to see this sort of haphazard aggression that he has been demonstrating throughout the server.
That's a good point. I think, you know, a character like Roy, their whole game plan is just going to kind of be sort of rushing and pressure. So from Sonic on paper, maybe you want to be a bit more defensive, but look, if you get a hit, so one of the reasons people think Sonic's gotten so good in this meta is the guy just like creates damage out of nowhere. Like, some of the combos are kind of crazy. Oh, I was ready for the tweet. I was ready for the tweet. Oh, it was unspeakable. Oh, I think James trying to go for maybe a spot dodge there, get the free punish.
Yeah, and I like that from Lynx, just trying to get that. And again, another forward smash, just being a little bit off with the timing. James 102, lovely side B, just to get all of that stage control, and we can just see a forward tilt. Gonna take that first stock, and again, James just being ready for this aggression each and every time.
Yeah, it's perfect space in there for James. The Nair barely missed by a whisper, and that puts you in perfect range if you miss it by that distance. To get punished with Roy, that's very strong with that sweet spot. But here we go, Lynx. Yeah, Lynx been a bit more passive now. I think realizes that, you know, I can't keep trying to force the issue. James has been kind of ready for it so far. But that is, oh, you.
Wow.
That's it. I've had enough.
Yeah, there's a thread now. It's not just one tweet. We've got the whole thread coming
got a whole
later
account.
on.
I got a whole account that tweets daily.
My experiences with James 102, 1 out of 8, and it's just forward smash clips. That's all it is. But certainly, yeah, it's so difficult for Lynx when James is just ready for these approaches, getting these 1-2 little hits, and then it just sort of spirals and spirals out of control. It's so difficult to get around, and we've gone from what was a fairly close first game to a borderline 3-stop in the favor of James 102 at the moment. And there we go, just another defensive habit, caught the air dodge in. Not quite going to be enough, however, Lynx just clutching on for dear life. Jab. Ooh, I love the attempt and just swinging for the fences, and eventually one of them's going to hit 2-0 so far.
Yeah, as you say, it's a strange set because I feel like a lot of points, it's kind of even in the neutral to kind of nickel and dime. But then James is like, I've got the read on your defensive habit. And if you have the read as Roy, you die at 60. And it's the risk reward. I think there's the homing attack. And I think James sort of recognized that if you miss the homing attack, you are in so much lag. So the risk reward is like, if I miss this, I'm screwed.
Yeah.
And James was sort of on nearby, had I think charged F smash ready. And that was kind of unspeakably evil. But it happens. I think, as you say, it's not just about racking up percent. Otherwise, she could be the best character in the game. It's about finishing your food.
It really, really is. And that has been something that time and time again, James has been living to those, 140, 150%. And it is, that's something that we've seen from those like really top level Sonics, where not only are they able to sort of grind out these stocks and get the nickels and the dimes, but every now and again, they, find a £20 note on the floor, and then there's this edge guard at 70, and then suddenly, actually, yeah, money's in the bank, I'm going, drinks from me tonight. So it's really interesting to see, and I need Lynx to kind of find those little moments, and I love that from James 102, that really slow timing just to kind of eke you closer towards the stage edge, and then just that final hit. Didn't quite get the kill this time, but again, it's always lurking in the back of James 102's mind, and hey, if it don't succeed, try again.
Yeah, it's just James. I feel like James is almost kind of playing the more defensive, kind of like old school sort of kind of swordy style, where Lynx is trying to force the issue with a little bit of aggression, or at least just kind of going with spin dash. But James is just meeting that with a hitbox, a disjointed hitbox. And I think again, it's that risk reward. You kind of basically roll into Roy's loving arms, and he says, "Thank you very much. I'm gonna get side B."
Yeah, I love that high recovery there from James 102, just anticipating that interception a little bit lower and just getting out of dodge before any kind of option is forced out of him. And again, it just seems to be Lynx on the back foot, finally meeting with the back air. However, James just retaliating straight away. Once again, 67%, 72 on the board, and Lynx just stuck on these platforms. He can't get down.
Yeah, James just kind of swatting him out of the air like a fly. Lynx finally getting some good damage though from this stock with a ledge trap. But right again, and this is what we're saying. I think Lynx. Oh gosh, he's been banned at all. He's feeling lucky. He's feeling lucky at the slot machines.
And it's almost like, if it was like game 1, I'd be a little bit more like respectful of it.
Oh my god.
Wow, and
Oh,
just
okay.
caught the jump as well. Okay, and that's what we mean, right? You got to get those early kills to just really keep your opponent on your toes, and that is something that, you know, Roy's up B can be a little bit difficult to challenge at times, depending on the character. I feel like Sonic is one of those where you can sneak underneath and then just be able to get those hits off. But you can kill Roy so early, and it's not something that we've really seen until just now.
Yeah, now this is the first time, I think at least until the first, or from the first game, Lynx had a pretty decent lead. So the question is if that's going to change much. It feels like, again, James is holding center stage really well. Lynx good at kind of getting that first 60%, but the rest is proving a little bit difficult. Just taking his time here, but the weak hit. The side B. Oh, and again, something that James has just cottoned onto so many times, just these aggressive recoveries to mid-stage. Like, there's been F smashes, there's been punishes, there's been that there.
I really like the awareness of James as well in that situation to go for the down smash, because sometimes you sort of think, they've slammed the ground, it's my time, and then you have smashed the wrong way and you look like a fool. So when you're at that 150% where it was going to kill, and oh my goodness, again, that defensive habit, just that little bit of style, keeps Sonic in the air, and there it goes, James 102 with a decisive way to finish game 3, a disgusting 3-0.
I think that set is an example that to be good at Ultimate, to succeed at a high level, you've got to be good at every component. You've got to be good at neutral. You've got to be good at the early percent B&Bs. But you've got to find ways of finding kills, and James is just so good at that. It's like, if you're a Roy player, that's what you do. That's what your expertise should be. Finding ways of, as we say, finishing your food. I think, honestly, a lot of that was a 3-0. I think Lynx was putting up a decent fight.
Yeah.
Like a lot of really good percent, early percent, but then just falling a little bit too easily into the traps.
Yes.
That James was setting for him. So, yeah, good set. I'm going up to the T. I'm saying that was a 3-0 but close.
Yeah,
I'm saying 3-0 but close.
That was a 3-0 but close.
I know there was a 3 stock in there. But
yeah, but
close,
don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. But no, you're exactly right. It's one of those where, you know, we're at this point, you know, 6 years down the line where you're snuffing out these habits and you're finding those really meaty punishes. And for a lot of other characters, it's sort of taken that time to develop because, you know, you've got a sort of split-second reaction to something and then, okay, well, what's the most optimal punish I can get out of this? But, of course, that sweet spot forward smash is as optimal as it gets. And James 102, you know, we were saying in that first game, you know, there are going to be those defensive habits. We've already seen some air dodges, some spot dodges. And by game 3, there was some, you know, particularly that down air to cover the spot dodge as well, just to then, you know, the side B up that led into that kill situation.
Yeah.
It just came from those little pieces of data that gathered to create that sort of perfect situation to finish off the set.
Yeah, and you save it for that big moment. You don't use that to get 20%. Use that to kill.
Exactly.
So that is great stuff. And I think we were gassing up James a little bit. I think we saw why he might go far this tournament. So we'll wait and see. But yeah, two good sets to start off with. Two 3-0s, but close.
Yeah, 3-0s, but close. If that poor tier, whoever's running their pool is going to be like, stop talking to me right now. I've got the rest of the brackets run there. Yeah.
But you need to hear about this.
Yeah. But like,
I was playing well in neutral.
Yeah, check this tweet. Did you see what percent I died at? Like,
I really like the idea on Start GG if there's like a sort of like a comments tag. So it's like 3-0, but it's like, but by the way, I SD'd. So like just so that let the records show that it was a 3-0 by SD. That's the only reason I lost. So.
And then if you collect enough comments, eventually the game's like, right, you can redo one game.
Okay, yeah.
There you go. It's like a token system where it's like you get cheesed enough time.
You get 0.5 of a game or something. You get like a 10th of a game.
Get a little loyalty card. I got F smashed at 50.
I get one free game. The 10th Roy F smash, you get one free game. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, I love it. But certainly, you know, make sure you got both streams open. Make sure you got the brackets open as well. We've had hot upsets all the way through waves A and B, and I have no doubt that's going to be happening on wave C. I can see Roy and Weefit trainer. I think that's Bambi and Donk currently playing, which again, another hotly contested set going on. So, you know, it is all here. Most of Europe's best have arrived to take the throne of Regen 2024. Yeah,
Midland's cooking as well, I think. There's been some really good sets. I think the Midlands crowds have been really good.
Yes.
I think it's always nice, like, it works out well, events like the TR, the Team Regen events, because it's sort of geographically kind of in the middle of the country.
Yeah.
So you kind of get people from all far and wide. Of course, you get the internationals as well. But then it also allows sort of Midlands to shine. You know, always been known for great events, but I think we're seeing more of the great players as well. I think events like this, you kind of see people like Donk doing really well. Nia, I think it was doing pretty well before. I don't know if they won. I think it was game 5. I didn't see you won.
I didn't see you won either because I had to run over here. So
yeah,